What's up, y'all? Welcome to the live. And if you like, click in, subscribe, follow, whatever you like. Um, Something came to my attention, and this happened for a lot of people. Like I've been telling people about things. Go through the videos. A lot of things will start to make sense. Now, this is kind of difficult because it's like thinking about it is like kind of messed up though. Um, if ever in your childhood, right? Because you remember how I told you, like, people back in the day, it was motherfuckers getting paid. When I say paid, paid off for doing particular things, especially like I said, trafficking is a trade, drugs is a trade, shit, kids getting beat up is a trade. Like, you'll be so surprised these days of how much people can get paid these days, right? However, somebody, it's a family secret, and when I say like everybody knows, except for you, and maybe you're just the only one just getting the key and clue to this. Maybe I'm getting like somebody was like between a particular age. I'm gonna say like 10 to like maybe 15 years old. I won't go past 15. However, like the craziest epiphany that came to me, and I'm not gonna discuss it yet. And if I do, when I do discuss it, I'm gonna put it into the membership portion. So that part of it, I will put in the membership portion about the epiphany about this situation. If you were beat up, jumped, or anything like that as a kid between the age of 10 and 15 years old, and you got into like, when I say like literally, it was just like probably either you was minding your business, doing something like that. It was like very like random, right? And if you had got like beat up or jumped or something like that, and in the midst of doing that, like say later on, like you did your 1 2, some of you got beat up, some of you was able to stand up, and some of you, you know what I'm saying, you took your hits or whatever, you probably got hurt or whatever, but you know what I'm saying, if you came out of you still able to get up and walk or whatever the case may be. Here's the hurtful part. Your family, especially like your mom, like if their reaction wasn't as strong as you felt their, or whoever your parent was or your guardian was at that time, if you felt like, if you go back to it and you think about it like now, and you feel like their reaction wasn't as strong as it needed to, that was because they were paid to have this happen to you. Let it marinate. So say like, for me, like in a lot of scenarios or situations, my family was paid, they was well compensated. Well, they're not really my family. However, these people were well paid and well compensated for certain things that they've been getting away with for years. Even down to like a point of, say, for instance, think of one of your, like your greatest relationships you ever had, right? Everything is going right in your life. That person's life is going all right. Everything is going great. However, a point comes and shit just get crazy. However, it was either you, it is on one of the ends. But however, in the sense of, let's just say it was on the other person end. On your end, my viewer, you were doing everything that you're supposed to, and to the best of your ability, being faithful, being loyal, being truthful, being honest, being open, doing your part. However, the other person, they were doing it at the beginning, and then it was just like randomly it stopped, and then like the behavior turned like drastic. These people were paid. However, like say if that you felt that that relationship was on its way, like you'd be like, well shit, I fucked up here and I could have just did a little bit better right here, you know what I'm saying? And the person that was meant to be there, you were probably were able to say like, shit, if I face this fear, shit, anything is possible from here. I just need to just, whatever it is. Like say for me, I know I learned through like my relationships, because it's like for myself personally, I had that fear of like rejection and stuff like that. But then it was like, once I understood like, why do I fear rejection? I get rejected every day from my own, it's supposed to be my mom. I can't even get a hug or a good morning type shit. Or somebody went through that, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, like I told him, like I went through literally 30 years of my life of like no conversation, no nothing. How's your day? What's your favorite color? Like nobody could really tell you what's my favorite color. I think it could probably be like maybe one person that could probably tell you what's my favorite color. And I doubt, well, shit, no, I don't really think anybody could tell anybody what's my favorite color, or really the things that I like or what I'm into. Like, I don't really feel like anybody really knows that. I mean, probably my son, he's probably growing to learn that, but outside of that, no. But the biggest part of it is somebody needs to know, like, if you're dealing with some shit mentally, emotionally, or whatever the case may be, and it's like you fighting, and it's like, it's a demon to fight, because sometimes that demon is an entity, meaning it's an energy that your family probably attached to you. It's not even probably. Your family attached that to you. So it's like your family roots and how your family functions. It'll say a lot about yourself, that you can either one or two things. It's like one, first step, remove yourself. Meaning you don't gotta stop fucking with your family, but put them at a distance. Especially if it's like dysfunction and you can see like, okay, this is fucked up. My family's fucked up, bro. However, where am I able to heal it? You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to be able to step outside of it and be like, okay, we have this issue, this issue, this issue. However, how are we able to heal it? Like, shit, if it's two of you, two heads is better than just one. So if, like, say you could be the mother and the son. If you seeing everybody fucking up, shit, as mother and son, let's put our heads together. What solution can we better help everybody in the fucking family? This motherfucker over here got an attitude. This motherfucker grumpy. This motherfucker over here always gossiping. Okay, let's get to the bottom of it. Why you always, you know what I'm saying? Go to that family member. Why you always lying? Oh my gosh. Stop fucking lying. Or you got a motherfucker that's just always lying. Oh my gosh. Messages are, what I'm saying, timeless. So whenever you get this, it's meant for you. But you may have somebody like trying to cross watch and get into your energy, and they holding some kind of grudge or some shit, and instead of just like putting their emotions to the side and actually thinking logically, like, yo bro, let me sit down and talk to myself, let me actually self-reflect and figure out what it is that I'm able to do next to make something better. Because it's like, honestly, if you want something back in your life, work for it. Now, if you don't know how to fucking work for it, why would you want it back in your life? Well, just to fuck with it. Now, at that point, if you're receiving karma, you deserve everything that comes with it. However, if you're thinking logically, you sit your ass down and you actually self-reflect, like, yo, am I able to do that better? And it's like commitment, actually, honestly, it starts with self. It really starts with yourself. Like, oh, I'm gonna start me a diet. Well, did you start that diet? Yes. How long did you hold on to that diet? Oh, it would only lasted 3 days. However, the key include and answer to the whole thing is, did you start the diet? Yes. Okay, guess what? You were able to commit. You said yes. You said you wanted to lose the weight or whatever the case may be. Or you wanted to heal something with your family or whatever the fuck the case may be. You know what I'm saying? That's where commitment starts with. The competition. You see the common denominator where it starts with a fucking C? Competition, common sense, common ground. All that shit sounds similar, right? So if I'm able to have to correlate all of this into one thing and just say, hey, I'm going to commit to this. And that commitment starts with self, meaning I would have to literally push everybody to the side, kids included, just to say like, hey, I need to commit to myself before I can even talk about anybody else. Because it's like 10 times out of 10, when people gossip, you gossip about the same shit that your ass is in the same fucking predicament. If you in the hood and you talk about another person in the hood, bitch, shut the fuck up. We all trying to get out the hood. So what? Oh, they over here doing this and hunching on this. I wouldn't give a fuck if they was fucking on Timbuktu. What the fuck that got to do with you, bitch? We all struggling trying to get some motherfucking food. We all struggling to get some food, but you still worried about Keisha next door and why she didn't pay her toes. What sense does that make? None. Now, what better sense would have made is if you, instead of you talk about Keisha painting her toes, you took Keisha some nail polish to help her paint her toes. That sounds like hater energy whenever you can go up amongst people and be like, yeah, you let me tell you about what's okay, y'all gossiping queens. You and your man or yo it they or them. What you gossiping for? Are you able to help that person? No? Okay, guess what? Keep correlating more negative karma and more negative dharma versus why can't I get this shit going? Okay, you might hit a lick right now. All right, you might got a band tonight. What about for the rest of the week? What about for the rest of the month? How about, as a matter of fact, what about the rest of the year? Are you even able to say something that you can even say, shit, even if I blew this band today, I still got money saved for next year? Or shit, hell, I still got enough money to go ahead and pay up the bills or the rent for the year. So we don't, let me, shit. As a matter of fact, let's get smart about this. How can we eliminate a fucking bill so we, instead of when I get this lick to go ahead and get this 100K real quick, bitch, what we gonna do with it? Oh, I want a Louis bag. Oh, I'm gonna get a new car. You sound like fucking idiots. And it's like, it's two heads? I think that's two fucking dummies. However, logically, it's not to throw no shade. It's just, hey, we all came from the same place. I came from the hood. Did you come from the hood? No, it seems like you might have came from the suburbs. But it's just like your parents was just a little bit fucked up and self-conscious and all caught up in themselves. And you just didn't understand that because your parents were fucking assholes and so caught up in themselves that they lacked to give you the proper attention that you fucking needed. So now guess who's left there trying to figure out, hey, how do we do this shit next? You know what I'm saying? Common sense. At least to me, that will make fucking common sense. Now, if you are a person that's not going to be all in your feelings, be logical enough to take out your fucking emotions and sit here and listen because it could probably save your life. Now, if you can choose to be a hard head with a soft ass, that's your choice. Clearly fucking choice. However, life starts with being honest with yourself. And if you're not honest with yourself, how can you be like, I'm a real one? There's nothing real about you if you're not even honest with yourself. Like, bitch, I can wake up in the morning like, bitch, you look busted and disgusted, but you still gonna be looking beautiful once I get ready to brush them teeth. Because if you say hello, bitch, it's gonna sound like halitosis and the dragon has came through. Like, bitch, I unleashed the dragon once I open my mouth. But I'm gonna look at myself and I'm gonna admire myself because it's like, bitch, ooh, this is how you look when you woke up this morning. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get this washcloth warmed up and get these little puffs from up under this eye and this crust out my nose, all this shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's just something, a simple morning fucking routine will switch and adjust everything because guess what? At the end of the day, you're not lacking anything. Just because your parents didn't fucking give it to you doesn't mean that you're fucking lacking it. Common sense. I didn't get love until I started having kids. Okay, cool. And I honor the fuck out of it. And then you know why? When I had to actually wake up to the fact like, damn, your kids look up to you and everything that you do and then some. And then it's like, damn, as a parent, as a mother, losing my child and having to see that and having that feeling of feeling my child as he's dying leave my womb, that's something so unexplainable until you experience that shit that day. And then it's like it wakes you up on the mundane things of the simple shit when you just waking your child up in the morning. Like literally I ran through every motion in my mind. When my son died, I went through the time that I conceived my son to when I carried him. Like I literally could feel how I felt when I was pregnant with my son as he was dying. I'm feeling his kicks and everything, and I'm just like, God, what's going on? But when he did that, when he passed, it gave me an eye opener for me to appreciate. Even when my kids, mommy, 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 that shit it'll drive you fucking crazy. That shit will drive you up a wall. And I'm honest enough to own that shit. Times of being stuck in the house and you couldn't really make the moves because the kids are sick or some shit. Now with my son, I honor that shit. I really miss that shit. Like I crave to just be able to just have my stability back of how I needed to be so I can be with my babies. Like Fuck the world. I could care less shit. Y'all want social media, y'all can have that shit. Oh, I want a husband and y'all can have that shit. As long as I can have my kids, shit, I'll be even like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people used to judge that woman Octomom. Shit, if I had to do my life all over again, I probably wouldn't even have kids. But if when I did have kids, I probably would have turkey based her just like that Octomom did. And I would have been completely okay with being just a single parent and getting me a test tube baby. I would have been okay with that. That's what I mean. Like, oh, you know my shit. You are a free sperm bank, bro. Thank you for the free sperm. You don't help with shit. You're not helping yourself. So why would I expect you to help your own kids? It's free sperm bank. Shit, low key. Like, if you think about it, shit, I understand why. And in the gay community, why studs do what the hell they do. Shit, they know these dudes be fuckboys and shit. They want a baby. It's cheap. They know they gonna give it up. So shit, it makes logical sense to me. That's why it's like, when it comes to all that craziness, it's like, leave that out the box. I don't really care about that. And that's why when the whole incident happened, it was just like, if you're doing an experiment and you looking to try to break me mentally, no, yes, traumatizing, but no, being without anything, nope, been there. Being out in the cold, only, left with what you got on. Shit, being walking outside, ain't got no shoes on, only left with, you know what I'm saying, with a bra on. They been there. Been there. The feeling now, it just make my ass feel like the shit I've been going through for the last few years. Shit, I probably would have had a great chance at being, living on fucking Skid Row. I think I would have probably had a better surviving chance of not being fucked with in Skid Row. And then them, it's just like, have an understanding. Like, sometimes your worst fucking enemies or your first downfall will be your own people. And that, at least that was my experience. Now, I'm not going to say that's everybody. However, that's been my experience. And it's been a few other things, and it's like that. It's just like, you just got to be aware enough to pay attention. Like, all that shit, being jumped, all that. I've been jumped. I knew that shit was staged in the motherfucker, because how her ass came out there, because she was like, oh shit, I don't know who gonna be out here. So it's like, but these people get paid for that shit. Particular kids, especially, they take them as environmentally troubled or high risk kids. If you ever went to juvie, if you ever went to military school, if you were ever in gifted schools, yeah, kids that were in gifted schools as well, or alternative schools or military schools, them kids were being basic targets. Shit, if you lived in group homes, the group homes, orphanages, foster homes, they target, easy target at that, because it's just like, shit, they already figured like y'all already fucked up, so it's just an easier fucking target to just target that fucking community or those type of people and get away with what it is. And then it's like, they paying the people within our community, and it's like, shit, low key, it's like, shit, the dope boys back in the 80s and early 90s, shit, they was onto some shit, but it was like, it was stunted, because shit, when you don't have that extra step or that extra layer to know what it is that they actually do to control it, shit, low key, if drug dealers and shit like that, or people back in the day, had the knowledge that they had, that we got access to now, or that they're looking to take away eventually, but they're not going to take it away fully, because it's just going to get very tedious with certain things. But once you start connecting the dots and make logical sense of it, it's like, really just think back to it with everything that's going on, whether it's with family and shit like that, experience. But a dark secret, some of y'all gonna be like, damn, why granny or why my grandma or my grandpa be acting like that? And then you'll realize, like, certain family members that's really, really good to you or really nice to you, the family will always have something really rude or mean or hateful to say about that person. But it's really like, somebody's really in conflict with a family member, that the family member, bro, I'm not gonna say that, strike that, because I'm so tired of people saying that, oh, people are, they got mental. No, some of these people ain't got no fucking mental issues. Y'all going at each other due to the simple fact, like, somebody in their own family, it's like a grandmother has started some mess amongst siblings and the kids. And that's some messy shit right there. Whoever did that, like, it's a grandma. But it's like a family secret. And I feel like if it's like family members and stuff like that, like, somebody's fit to find some real dark, deep family secrets, and it's gonna make somebody feel just control your temper. What's up, you, somebody, whoever this message is for, cool it down. You got to cool it down. Ooh, watch out. New edition. Pay attention, or if you hear that song playing, trust your intuition. If you hear this song, if you hear someone playing New Edition, Mint Condition, Key Sweat, I'm hearing the song, oh, you set me swinging, Pretty Brown Eyes. If somebody plays this song or this playlist, or you hear Pretty Wings or This Woman's Worth, Maxwell's, if someone plays this music or anything like that, that's who one of the people are that knew about, like, any kind of, like, mental abuse, psychological abuse, sexual abuse that ever happened to you. These people know. Now, if you bring up, this is how you're going to know, and you're going to start getting some answers. And it's going to make you suspicious, but you're going to start digging. But it's going to require, before you speak, go through each incident that ever really happened. Even if it was like, if you live with your mom, and then you're trying to figure out what happened with your dad and stuff like that, ask questions with that. Somebody gonna find out with their mama. You know, when it comes to their mama and their dad, and try to figure out what happened with their relationship. Shit, your mama was the sideline hoe. She was the side. And everybody's struggling to try to tell you, like, yeah, and somebody gonna really figure out the only reason why somebody always caters to you, like, or it seems like you're somebody's favorite. The only reason why you're somebody's favorite, because she already knew how fucked up your daddy had did something towards your mama, and then it was like, basically your mama and daddy was just doing fucked up shit towards each other. Either way it fucking goes. You know what I'm saying? Your mama, somebody's mama used to be a Rolling Stone, and then, you know, so was the daddy. It was just like, but like I said, I said this on a video previous. Somebody daddy used to be a motherfucker. I'm telling you, somebody daddy used to be out here in them streets. You know what I'm saying? A Rico ain't a Rico if people don't know. Basically, that's just how that story is gonna go. And somebody ain't gonna want to get into deep details, but somebody that probably that did hold you dear, or was looking to help you get through something, you gonna figure out some stuff that you gonna be like, what? Like, when I say deep dark secrets and sins is gonna be revealed, baby, you might want to sit down. I feel like somebody said, baby, I'm gonna need to pop me a pill or something like that. Like, somebody's not gonna want to feel shit whenever all this stuff come out. Or if you decide to ask your mama or your granny, or shit, ask your messy auntie, she gonna spill the tea, and it's gonna be truthful. I don't know if it's good shit. Do it at the family, you know, whenever y'all meet for y'all little family weekends and shit like that. Start asking questions. I guarantee everybody's that room, you gonna hear a pin drop, and you gonna look at people's faces, and somebody's face in the room. It's gonna be at least 3 people in the room that's face gonna be a dead giveaway. This is gonna be a confirmation video, and on that day, somebody probably gonna say some fucked up shit in the comments toward me. But baby, I'm gonna understand completely, because you gotta process it. Period. But somebody needs to know that. I hope that you heal and you get what it is. Over and out. Y'all know.